Welcome to the restoration modification series for a 1995 Volvo 850 T-5R. We're doing some restoration as well as performance modifications. And if you have not seen the previous episodes, please click the playlist button, start from the beginning. We hope you enjoy those episodes as well as this one. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.
Star date number 6 on Sebastian's car. Look at that. Let there be light. Let's get started. We're going to finish up the inside and then start on the suspension. Woo woo. I'm going to do the fan mod before I do the suspension, but let me finish up the inside. Last night when I left, I had everything connected. I just didn't have it buttoned up. So we need to get it all buttoned up here. Yes, sir. Put the carpet back in place. Figure out what he wants to do with these extra monster cables somebody had in here for something. And get this thing buttoned up. Let's do it. It is possible that this is an original cord, man. Could last a little while longer, but man, when you're in here and it's just a few bucks, go ahead and do it. I see a 95 date on that thing. This is the color they start out like. This is the color they end up like. Sometimes I see this bottom is very dark. Those are real prone to just exploding. So we're going to go ahead and get this installed. Links in the description area to the part and the video. Got the heater core in, this side all put together. Got to leave the other side open to leak check it. So that's where we're at. Let's move on to the fan mod. I'm about to do the fan mod on this fan system on this car. When the fan is installed, you have about 2 inches to reach in between the fan and the intake manifold. Maybe 3, 4, I don't know. It's tight. So what somebody did in the community to help out the community, they disclosed it to people, but they unmounted the fan from the outside of the fan shroud and they mounted it on the inside. But you got to trim a little bit of this fan housing away to do that. And the description area has the detailed video link. But I'm going to go ahead and do the fan mod on this. Give us another inch and a quarter to work in front of this engine. So it'll be helpful, especially since we're going to install a bigger intercooler. It'll push all that stuff back about a 1/2 inch. But hey, every inch counts when you're down to 2-3 inches. So let me go ahead and do this fan mod. Got a rusty screw there. That's going to be fun. Got the fan mod done. Next, we're going to hit the short shifter kit. And I'm going to install the short shifter kit. So I put a little zip tie on the drill bit to let me know when I'm just about through. When that zip tie starts sweeping this bracket, I know to let up off on the pressure because I'm about to bust through the back side of it. So I'm about, man, an 1/8 of an inch before I'm all the way through. I put a little bit more oil on the bit. So let me go ahead and finish drilling this last little bit. I'm leaning on it so it goes through good. So there we are. Check. I don't feel it yet. We'll do a little bit more. Nope, keep going. Starting to sweep. There it goes. We are through the bracket. I got the hole drilled through. Since I had that like that, I used a 1/4-inch bit, and once I got the bit through, I kind of feathered it through a few times, and the bolt does go through. I didn't use 2 bits to step it up, a small bit and a bigger bit and then the final bit. I just used the final bit, got through it in about 15 minutes. Now I'm going to unlatch it from the vice grips, make sure I have the hardware that's proper to that and the bushings, and have that set to go for when I raise it up and hook up the cables. Next up, bumper repair. We may try to buff this, but we're going to replace this plastic piece here because it is damaged. And got to get this front bumper off. So take the lights out, trim out, and get this done. There she blows. Let's get that bumper. Next up, rear bumper brackets. Those things are all rusted out, so we're going to pull this rear bumper off and replace those brackets. Kind of an update on this video with the rusted brackets where the bolt breaks off in the bumper. On this side, the inside, I was able to pry the bumper aluminum out far enough to get my 14mm ratcheting wrench on there to undo this one. And I'm sure I'll be able to get my tool in here to get the other one. So I don't have to take the foam out, drill holes in the aluminum skin to these bolts to get them out. So let me keep doing this. This one over here came out fine. And that may be why I was able to get this out far enough to do that, because one bolt came out, the other one didn't. On this other side, I couldn't use the boxed in wrench because the head of the bolt is sunk into a couple layers of metal. So I had to put my 14mm ratchet wrench in there and get it off this way. And I almost got this out using a ratchet, short jabs. A short ratchet would be better. Maybe a 1/4 inch, get a longer swing, but this is almost off. Then I'll figure out how to get this bracket off of here with that broken screw up there. Not sure how I'm gonna do that. Of course, the bracket on this side came off with the bumper. Let me show you how I got that off. It was locked on there like that. Because of that, I was able to bend it up and just slide it off. So that's how far up that screw broke off. Now we're going to do some preventative stuff to help prevent this from happening again. And the big reason why this happens is because that hole is a tunnel. Doesn't have a place for water to escape. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill a hole in the back so water can drain out the back, and I'm going to cut a slot on the bottom like I normally do. So we'll have 2 ways for water to escape. So this is what I did to try to prevent that from happening in the future. I cut a little slot there with my oscillating tool, and I drilled a hole in there with a drill bit. Did that on both sides. So now when I stick my finger up there, about a 1/4 inch up is this hole. So I would like to move that down a little bit, but that's where it is this time. Hoping this slot creates the drain to let water drain out of that tube. So let me go ahead and grab the new brackets and put this back up. Next up, radiator and intercooler. I think we got a Snab Intercooler, which doesn't fit very well up here. They bumped this piece here. I don't know what we're going to do about that, but let me talk to Sebastian about it. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to cut right across here. Cut this little square out here. Maybe this will be strong enough to deal with it without it, but let's see what he decides to do. That's what I'm probably going to have to do with mine. Either that or swap it for a DO88 one. We have a Snab Intercooler. Now this intercooler was purchased a few years ago, so I don't know if this problem still remains. But the bolt hole that allows you to bolt the intercooler to the radiator before you raise it up in the car is off. It's down about, I guess, a 1/4 inch or so. So we have to make this hole bigger or we have to raise it up with some kind of grinding tool, or we're not going to be able to bolt the intercooler to the radiator before we raise it up in there. So let me get to doing that and come back to you in a bit. We elongated this hole. It's supposed to be elongated toward here. For some reason I went down on this one, but elongated that hole up, elongated that hole up. Now we can mount the radiator to the intercooler, then raise it up and attach the condenser to it, then bolt it in the car. So he picked up this radiator from somewhere, and it has perfect hole alignment with that bracket there that comes on these Volvos. The piece there is bent in a little bit, but I don't think that'll be a problem. I'll bend that out so that it mounts flat on this intercooler. And he's got an aluminum radiator with hopefully strong wings to support that weight of this. So I'm gonna take these rubber grommets out of that, put them in here, and get ready to mount this thing tomorrow, because it's the end of the day here, folks. We're gonna call it. We are taking rusty bolts. We're running them through the bead blaster, making them nice and clean. Then we're bringing them up here to our official zinc plater. We're hanging them on trout lines, and it's getting this electrolysis from this box here. And after the zinc plating is done, we're bringing them out here to the sink and rinsing them off. Officially zinc plated bolts will not rust like they used to. You wire brushing them? Mm-hmm. You can wire brush them after that?
Yeah.
It gets into the metal?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it just like was a coating on the metal.
No.
It gets into the metal. Yeah. Nice. Now I'm even smarter. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.